Moon Knight, episode 5. Title is Asylum. Like Insane Asylum?
Yeah,
Maybe.
definitely.
Maybe. This one was heartbreaking. It was it was very interesting. It gave me a sense as far as in the show as well. You can see there was a level of survivor's guilt people had. I had some survivor's guilt when I lost my brother. So it hit me in the feels with that.
Mm-hmm.
And it opened with the words, "This is all your fault." And within, then later on there were some words that it wasn't your fault. And the people that spoke those words, whew, I was fully engaged. And
that was a tough one to go through, man.
Yacht still wasn't in it again. So, so opening with "This is all your fault," and got Arthur was breaking down some psychological stuff about it was called organizational principle for safety.
What is it? Your mind is switching from sense to nonsense.
Yes.
Back and forth.
And
and
trying
so,
to keep you safe.
So here's my
your
thing
brain
about
safe.
that scene.
What's
You've got the busted nose,
mm-hmm.
right? And that's
Steven's busted nose?
yeah, but I don't think so. Here's my thing.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think that was Steven or Mark, because
Mark
Mark has an American accent, like a general.
He's
an American guy.
Yes.
Steven is British.
Yes.
And when he says, "I'm your doctor, I'm trying to help," he gives him a look and he says, "You're my doctor? You're not my doctor." It's a specifically like Brooklyn,
Got him up on the screen
New
here.
York kind of accent. And then we know that he's the most hyper-violent out of all of them.
Right.
And he does not hesitate. He grabs that like glass pyramid. He's like, "No, I saw that. I'm gonna be fine." Yeah. I think maybe Jake Lockley doesn't like to like show himself very often.
Jake Lockley is
The third personality.
Yeah, from the comic books. It hasn't been mentioned in the show yet. So people, those of you may not know.
Yeah, so Jake Lockley, third personality. He's typically like cabbie driver. He gets like information. But it seems through the show that he's the most violent, and he kind of enjoys it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like to make appearances in front of people, it would seem, because we haven't seen him yet.
People. Yeah.
So the first two lines he has is, "You're not a doctor, you're not a doctor." And he specifically leaves that last vowel open, giving him that accent, cabbie driver.
So I didn't peep that.
Cabbie driver type accent. And then he stands up and he goes, "No, actually, I'm feeling way better. I'm just great. I'm just going to go over here." And like, I think he tried to cover up his accent.
To sound like Steven.
Yeah, like, "Oh, no, just kidding. I'm Mark. Like, this isn't a different personality.
Mark,
I'm just Mark."
Yeah. I noticed, and you can kind of see it here, but I don't know. I'm an eye guy. I don't know if you noticed
face
his
is different,
pupils. Man. Yeah, his eyes and pupils
were
a little darker and maybe bigger, but I know they were darker. And I was like, what the? How did? I'm thinking to myself, how did Oscar Isaac make himself look like this? I was like, he don't look like either of the other two, but it didn't like touch my mental like that. I was like, oh, well, all right, I guess it's a Mark or whatever. But like, why he look so dark? Like his pupils are black.
Yeah.
Black. I don't know if y'all go back and watch it. Like
it could be like a lighting thing, but like.
But it's different from. It is different.
It is different. He's got a different like facial kind of like resting face.
Yeah.
And I remember we were watching
That's interesting. I ain't peeped the accent though. So y'all got that. You and Mariah got the accents.
Instantly, he goes, "You're not my doctor," and I was like, "Did you just say
doctor?"
What? I was like, Mark would have said doctor. Like he's stressed out and everything, but he's gonna hit the R.
Yeah.
And just all of it. And I remember I had the thought. I wasn't sure, and so I didn't like say anything. And then later on, me and Mariah were like watching some videos and like listening to another podcast, and they were like, "I think Jake Lockley just made an appearance." And I'm like, "That's exactly what I was thinking." Exactly.
You didn't say nothing to her?
No. And it was one of those like. She knew I wasn't lying because of how strong my reaction was.
Yeah.
I think you saw Jake Lockley. Yes! I was thinking the same thing.
Yes. Man, I was going to say, damn it. Oh, yeah, I said something that made me think about something else. Forget about it. But if it is Jake, I mean, jumping all the way to the end, but if it is Jake, I wonder if he helped balance the scales when we lost Steven.
It could be.
Maybe Steven had to go, or maybe never mind. Nah. Because I was gonna say maybe that was Jake that got tossed over. He was still acting like Steven, but that's definitely.
I did have the same kind of thought, like, okay, if that was Jake, and we're
but then we never even got to see him and shit. So
yeah,
like,
if we do have this third personality, like, what does he have to do with the scales being balanced? How does that all shake out? But I think if they're setting up what I think they are, and so far I've been like pretty much wrong every time, but like it does story wise make a lot of sense. Like if you get rid of Steven, now you can still have the same 2-on-2 energy if you're gonna bring Jake in.
Yeah.
So you don't have to like. Because I do get it, like, filmmaking standpoint, like, script writing, that would be really tough to have Steven, Mark, and Jake all, like, having to interact together, and, like, Oscar Isaac just gonna, like, his head's gonna explode.
What's it called? Did they do that for, what is Professor X's son's name? Legion.
Oh, yeah, Legion.
Didn't they do it for Legion? Doesn't he have, like, several personalities on that show?
Yes, he does.
But, I mean, I know this is something different. And I don't know if they're doing anything beyond this.
But I think the problem is in Legion, the point is, like, the whole plot is based around him having multiple personalities, and they're all so telekinetically strong.
Oh, okay. Right.
So, like, that is the conflict of it's all of them against each other. Whereas there's the whole conflict with Ahmet and Arthur Harrow and all that stuff. So, like, having three people trying to, like, jibber-jabber between each other while still, like, getting plot stuff done would be really just taxing and, like, be hard to get it right. So I think you get rid of Steven, now Jake Lockley can kind of step in and we can have some conversations between them two.
That's crazy that... Because if that happens, then it's like Mark takes Steven's seat to Jake's Markness. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's more the aggressor or something like that. And now Mark like, oh, my whole. Yeah. Because maybe he learned some stuff from Steven.
And there were some interesting theories going around about what Jake has been doing. Like, okay, like, somebody has to be getting Steven to work. Somebody has to, like... Because, like, there's times where he's snapped out of it and he's on his way, like, he's on the bus going to work.
Yeah.
That's not Mark.
Yeah.
So it has to be Jake. So is Jake.
Because they didn't show us.
And then, like, did he ask out that girl to help Steven? To be like, hey, man, look, Steven, you don't know what's going on. I'm going to ask this girl out for you. I'm going to ask her on a date to help you out. Or was it a sick joke because Jake Lockley's like that? Is it like... He's vegan. I'm going to ask this girl out. We're going to go to a steak restaurant, and I'm going to see what poor little Steven does.
Could Steven... You saying, like, could Steven have made up Jake?
I don't... I think they all stem from Mark.
Okay.
But...
That'd be even deeper level. Sheesh.
But, yeah, I think it all stems from Mark. But yeah, I'm very... they were wondering, like, is Jake trying to screw with Steven, or is he, like, helping Steven?
Like, I can't wait to watch it again.
Antagonistic.
So I can look for all that again. Now I want to look for that accent throughout, and the darkness in the eyes and stuff like that.
I kind of looked at some other clips, and there's never been like a Brooklyn slip.
Oh, throughout the other episodes and stuff.
Yeah, I was looking at some scenes that I was like, he could have popped up here, and I kind of watched the scene. I was like, nah. There's nothing.
God, we ain't at the end of it yet, but like, there's leaves so many questions for how they're gonna wrap this thing up. Is it gonna be a 2-hour episode? Like every
fucking 2-hour episode?
No, I say is it gonna be one?
Oh God, I hope
but like
so.
Every episode, I've kept saying they pack so much into it without overstuffing it or making the scene run. They do such a fucking good job of like the pacing and everything and like information they give you and stuff.
And to be clear, I am praying for a scene where we get Steven, Mark, and Jake all talking together at once.
Oh yeah,
I just know from like
I thought it was going to happen in this
from a filmmaker
like
standpoint that shit's going to be difficult, but like I would love to see the three of them arguing.
I thought we was getting it because last episode with the
red
with the
shaky sarcophagus. I was ready. Instead, we got just
more tower
emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, just trauma after trauma. And there was one thing I noticed that was very. It jumped out to me more. A friend of mine was doing... so, Mark is Jewish in this canon. And so the kippah, the thing they wear on their head,
right?
That is, it is. So I did a like Hanukkah performance with a friend of mine, and so I learned a lot about the Jewish faith and things like that. Right. And that is not supposed to touch the floor.
Yeah,
like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And like, there's a whole thing you're supposed to do if it does. Like, you have to like kiss it and put it back and like say a thing. And so it was like, he like took it off and threw it on the ground, and I was like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "That's a big deal."
Yeah.
Like, especially like if it randomly falls off, like that's whatever. Like shit happens. But like if you intentionally like crumple it and throw it on the floor, that's a whole.
Yeah, that's a direct disrespect too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, well, yeah, it's jumping around too. I'm not trying to go like in chronological order this time, but him at his mom, like, you know, at the Shiva. That's when she said, you know, it was all your fault, or this is all your fault. Yeah. So before we get to there though, the hippo or the Tawarat, that has them in the afterlife and on the boat, and Mark said the words "kill the hippo, steal the boat" were uttered.
Yep.
Kill the hippo, steal the boat.
Yep, they're just hanging over this. So I'm thinking.
He plotting in the afterlife.
No, you can't do that. What's wrong?
So then they go to as they're on the boat, they gotta, you know, balance the scales and stuff like that, and they're going in back into the asylum and going through the rooms, and they get in that one room where everybody he's killed is in there. I didn't see or hear mention of Layla's dad being in that room, so that's cool. Yeah. Even in the flashback of, you know, when they were on the scene, well, we saw Layla's dad laying there, but
yeah, because I think most of those people, the way he referred to them in the room, and then later in the episode, it seemed like those were people he's killed as Moon Knight.
For Conchu.
Yeah.
And then the young boy was in there. And he's like, "Why is the little boy in there? He's like, in a room full of people you killed." Right. He follows him down there, and you end up finding out it's his little brother,
baby brother, man. That hurts so bad.
Yeah, we see how they died. How his little brother died because he went to a cave. It was raining and wasn't supposed to be in there. His mom blames him, and she, you know, going through her shit. So I guess this episode, or during this episode, you're finding out Steven's origin story, and it seems Mark's trying to prevent him from learning it, or learning the truth. And I'm like, why would you want to? Well, I don't know what's going on in his mind, but
the whole thing is he created Steven to like protect himself from like just keep it at arm's length.
Yeah,
and like
he did not want no parts of that. None of it.
We have seen Mark be so composed in such stressful situations.
Yes. Yeah.
And to be like hammering on his own face and like freaking out, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna go back in there. I can't see that again. Like that tells you everything you need to know. Like that messed him up.
He was like, just the one scene we looked in the window. He like, what was that? I don't remember that. He like, no, just stand on the streets all the time.
I always stand on the streets.
That man didn't want no parts of that.
No. And I don't blame him, man. That's some heavy stuff. Like being, you know. Like Steven said, I totally agree with him. You're a kid.
Yes.
How would you have known any better? Like you were a child.
I mean, you know, I never, like, thankfully didn't have to go through any of that, like as far as my brother passing. But I did feel the like I said, survivor's guilt type of thing. And I don't know if he did as a young man, if he felt that, but I don't know if that's what parents go through. I've never had children, never lost children, and you know, my heart to those who have. But you know, I know that parents don't want to outlive their kids and stuff like that. Yeah. And have her, and like you said, he's a kid and like going through that, and then he don't know what his mom going through. He just know like, oh, now my mom hates me. He lost his brother too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So like Dad's trying. Dad's actively
yeah, Pop was really
effort.
he was trying, man. But I guess his connection with his mom, like it wasn't like fully shown in that, but like his connection with his mom, I'm sure it means your mom. Yeah. And she's banging on the door to get him and stuff when you first see him turn Steven on. Yeah. And he realizes from the poster from the show that they watched. And I was like, oh my gosh, man. See the young boy through the eyes that like we see Mark do and turning and Steven do. And you're like, all right, he's went into his own little world. I was like, oh my goodness. I've seen movies like this, man. That's all precious.
Oh, yeah.
But like just trying to escape that. But then, at some point, Mark couldn't save him anymore. He went and saw his mom at the funeral, and he saw that he was who he was. The other big moment for me was when he's talking to Doctor, what's his name, Harrow. I guess it was Arthur, but Doctor Harrow. He was like, he told him his mom. He like, we mom is dead or whatever, and he's like, she's not dead. What you talking about? And then he's like, oh, let's give her a call. That scene, I was like, no, don't call her.
Answer the phone. Hey, she's on the phone. And he's like,
oh my goodness.
No.
That took me back to the first episode. When y'all was like, yeah, his mom not. And then it hit me that he was probably talking to a recorder back when we first talking about the first episode. I was just like taking it in.
That was another one of those things I read with Jake Lockley is that he gets in the first episode he gets postcards from his mom. And you can see those exact same postcards as he's walking out of the museum. Like there's a little like rack
shit,
of the exact same postcards.
That's crazy.
So like,
see, I didn't pick that either.
Yeah, and like how much is Jake Lockley stringing people along?
You think he fucking with him or he's just trying?
We don't know yet.
Maybe he's keeping him safe too.
Could be.
I don't know. Because maybe Jake showed up when they on the boat. Remember when he was like beating the crap out of that thing with a bat? But I guess if it's in your head, then it wouldn't be like
it would have to,
it wouldn't operate the same way.
Manifest.
Right.
But I loved I love the physical acting that Oscar Isaac's doing because when he was fighting as
most definitely
as Mark, so controlled, so like
of course
definite,
you peeped that,
people throwing him around, and then he's over here Steven like
I prefer cricket.
Yeah,
I like that.
So good, just so like. He makes him so awkward, and somebody was pointing out at the end of not the end of episode 5, but the end of episode 4, when they first meet Taweret. Mark just steps back and is screaming, but you can kind of see Steven like scream, and he's also like waving back. He's like, ah! Like he's so like he can't help but wave back. Because this very nice hippo lady waved to him.
You need to prep for these roles, man. Like you got to just prep for 2 people, huh?
So good. Oh man, yeah. I can't even imagine the mind fuck.
It'd be like, all right, look, let's get rid of Steve, and then we'll bring Jake out because
I got to be in a very different place with those 2 guys.
I'm tearing myself apart here. What's his fight style gonna be? Shit.
Just probably a little more Batman-esque.
Yeah.
Just barrel through and take people down.
New York accent. We got to see, not Khonshu's origin story, but we got to see their Moon Knight origin.
Yeah.
I was wondering, I was wondering one thing, but let me ask you this because I couldn't quite hear it. I put the captions on. It was different from what I was hearing. He said, protect the travelers. I want you to be my, not guardian, my soldier or whatever to protect the travelers of, did he say travelers of the light or night?
Night. Travelers.
Because I saw night on the screen, but I heard him saying light. He didn't say light at all. It was night.
Nah, he was saying travelers of the night.
All right, travelers of the night. All right, all right. So when he said, all right, he's about to kill himself. He's like such a waste, and all that. Do you think? Because Stephen was saying he manipulated you and stuff like that. Do you think it was a sort of a manipulation? I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean like.
He's just taking advantage of a guy in a situation.
Yeah, if you're trying to get anything, if you're trying to get somebody to do something for you,
why?
Wait till they're at their lowest. We don't know what Khonshu's powers are necessarily when he doesn't have an avatar.
Right.
We don't know what limits he has, but like, he was near the tomb. Could have said something earlier. Could have intervened. I don't know. Could he have intervened? I don't know. But like, yeah, he waited till. He waited till Mark was at his like lowest point, and then
offered him.
If someone horrible, like you're drowning, someone horrible tosses you a little like flotation device, like, well shit, I guess I have to take it, right? Like it's either Adolf Hitler saved my life or I drown. Like I'm gonna grab that. Like it's an unwinnable scenario.
But you don't think Mark wanted it at all?
I think Mark says it in this episode. It let him just keep doing what he was already doing, just under, now he had like a moral umbrella to like hide under.
Oh, okay. All right.
He was at least morally justified for killing these people, and that wasn't just random people he was paid to kill.
Gotcha. I wonder why he was I wonder why he was about to. Why he put the gun in his mouth in the first place too.
Oh,
like,
he was dying. He was so done.
That's it.
Well, you know,
like damn.
It just depends on how you want to go. You know, you could sit there. So like,
because we know the story about him, like Layla. What the story told Layla about the dad and everything, how he got there and all, and you know his buddy, I guess, turned on him and shot him.
Yeah,
too,
he feels betrayed. He feels guilty.
Hmm.
I mean, just if you want to speak just physically, he's probably in a lot of pain. Like he's eventually he's gonna bleed out and he's just gonna like fall asleep. But like he's gonna be in a lot of pain the whole time. Not to mention you're in the Middle East, which is a desert.
Oh yeah,
so
it's
probably dropping
out of
to
there.
like 20 degrees.
So make it quicker, kill yourself.
Yeah, so like you're bleeding out. That's gonna make you cold. Not to mention it's cold outside, so you're gonna be freezing. Just would you want to like die slowly and be uncomfortable, or just you're done?
All right, just wanted to help me make sense of it. Okay, sounds about right. Sounds about right. I feel you. Well, after they show us the flashback and then the whole phone thing, and Steven realizes where he came from, and that he did what was made up from Mark's mind. They get back on the boat, and you see all these souls spiraling down into the underworld. They're like, what's going on? Arthur up there fucking shit up with Amit. She's like, the souls, Towerette was like, the souls are being judged before their time and stuff like that. He's up there just throwing souls around. What the fuck is going on up top or whatever? You know what I mean?
I'm eager to see.
Where's Layla at? Like, is she gonna be? Cause I remember he said,
get out of here. She dipped
up there,
and then he got shot.
He's like, is there any way to get word to Layla to tell her to free Khonshu?
Yeah.
Well, how is this fucking episode gonna open up? The next one gonna open up, man. Damn.
I have no idea. We have this beautiful Spanish sonnet happening. Yeah. As he's in the field of reeds.
Yes, the old field of reeds.
Yeah, and he's just sitting there, and there's just Spanish music in the background. And he's just like, I can't be here. I got shit to do. Like, what are we doing, man?
Is he stuck now? Or
I don't know.
I guess if Khonshu... Because Khonshu resurrect mugs?
Yeah, Khonshu can resurrect people, I think.
All right.
But
yeah, because he getting shot and stabbed all through. I guess he could help him. But damn, man. What I'm trying to figure out what the battle's gonna be like. Is Arthur still alive or needed by Amit? Had Amit judged him, moved him on, and that was just her, and she out there wrecking shit. Does she still need him to be his the avatar?
Mm-hmm.
And she's working through him, and then Moon Knight's gonna have to come. There's a lot of questions here too. That need some answering.
If I'm thinking like classic superhero type stuff, I think we're going to get a scene where
Moon Knight versus Arthur.
Who's your favorite girl?
Forget her name. Yatzil.
Yeah, I think Yatzil's gonna find Layla, bring her in.
Hathor, I guess.
She's gonna crack open Khonshu, set him free.
Yes.
Mark in the field of reeds is gonna get his powers back. He's going to zip on over, grab Steven, bring him out. They're going to go to those doors. Thank Towerette on their way out. Go to these doors. Hop back out and be like, all right, now it's game time. And then they're going to fight Arthur Harrow.
Arthur and Mark versus... Arthur versus Mark?
Yeah.
Amit versus Khonshu?
Yeah, I think it's going to be... Like, if I get everything I want, that'll be a fun way to start it.
Yes. What about Layla? Where's Layla going to be at?
That's what I'm saying. What's her face is gonna grab her, bring her to the place. She's gonna crack open.
Okay, I got you.
And then probably bring her back to the fight.
So Yatzil would get Layla.
Yeah.
Or Layla would. Okay.
Because Layla has to get to that place, and as far as we know, only certain people can find their way in there.
And then Sod kicked that one dude that was in there that put him up on the shelf.
Yes, please.
That bastard. Yeah, so that happened. The whole, we see him being judged and stuff like that. So shit's going down and can't wait to get back up there and help it. Steven, who was it? Oh, Mark tells Steven it wasn't your fault. Just wanted to circle back around to that. So he tells him it wasn't your fault. I was like, it's not the moment of mine. So then they get back up in the boat and they see the scales are still tipping, and Towerette says, so I guess it's goodbye because you gotta get off my boat, because by the time the trip is over, if the scales haven't been balanced, then you gotta get off the boat and you stay forever in Doat in the afterlife.
Yeah. Duat.
So so these afterlife demons, was it the same people that he killed?
Yeah.
Oh, so
yeah, that's their.
they kind of clopping on the
It
boat.
was their bodies, their same exact, like, I don't know, maybe the sand is playing tricks, but like, yeah,
it's
the same faces.
People, yeah. So now they fighting these people off and stuff like that, and then finally Steven steps up, and he ain't just sticking to the maps. He's actually getting the bat and fighting people back.
Gets dragged down, man.
Which is dope, and he gets knocked overboard. But see, he gets knocked overboard, and then the scales are even. Once he freezes up, or it's like Lot's wife turns into salt and sand, and then does he disappear?
No,
He just turns into sand.
Yeah, he just gets stuck there.
Yeah. And then, like you said, Mark flashed into the field of reeds.
Yeah, it was like boom, and like, oh, did he get through the doors? What's happening? Oh, he's in the field of reeds. Crap.
Yeah. Just like that.
Gotta get out of there,
scales
man.
of balance. They showed him turn to sand, and then they showed the scales, right?
Yeah.
And then they did the damn. So now a bunch of questions that we need to answer. Is Steven going to return? That's something I want to know too.
I hope so.
Or you think they done with him? Does the third personality appear? And if he does, or if he doesn't, or if he does, why? What makes him appear? Has he already appeared? I think we might ask the question. Has he already appeared? Which, with Joe's testimony of the accent, I believe he already appeared.
Telling you, man, it was so distinct.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it as soon as we done here too. Doctor. Who's gonna battle Arthur and Amit? Is Layla gonna survive? What is Layla up to right now when she dipped out?
Trying to get out of that freaking tomb, man. Hope she doesn't run into any one of those undead mummies.
Oh my god! So look at that
creepy.
episode. Shit.